Hello students, welcome in today's lecture. Today we are going to discuss the modifications of roots. So in previous lecture we have seen the types of the roots as well as the regions of the roots. In that regions we have seen that there are overall 3 regions observed in the root part of the plant. Those are the region of meristematic region, region of elongation and the region of the maturation. We have seen the function of each region of this root as well as the functions of the root cap and the root hairs. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss in detail the different modifications of the root, because we have seen that not all the roots which are found on the earth are of the tap, adventitious or the fibrous root type. Some roots of some plants change their structure, change their function, and by their change in the structure or for the particular function they change their structure, and these functions are mainly for the storage of food, for the support to the plant, and for the respiration. The roots of the plant change their structure. Okay, so in the modification of the root, here we have to discuss that some plants root modify particularly for the carrying function, like for storage of food or for giving the additional support to the plant or for the respiration of that particular plant. Okay, now here you have to remember this chart, because we have to see that some plants root store food in it, and that's why they become swollen one. Okay, and the examples are given here for the storage of food. Those are the taproot and the adventitious root. We have already seen that what is meant by taproot, what is meant by adventitious root. We have seen that the primary root and its lateral branches together constitute the taproot. We have seen the example of it is a mustard plant. Adventitious root means here the root do not develop from the radicle, but it develops from any part of the plant. 3 examples we have seen in it, that is the grasses, monstera and the banyan tree. But here another examples of this taproot and adventitious root that we are going to discuss under the title storage of food. So here some taproot and some adventitious roots examples are there which are modified particularly for the storage of food. Okay, so here under the taproot 2 examples are given. One is called as a carrot and another one is called as the turnip. सो कॅरोट मराठीमध्ये आपण त्याला गाजर म्हणतो, पण टर्निप म्हणजे काय सांगते आपल्याला? बीट. टर्निप म्हणजे काय? बीट. तर बीट आणि गाजर ही 2 एक्झाम्पल्स आपल्याला कुणाची पाहायला मिळतात? तर टॅपरूटची पाहायला मिळतात, की जिथं आपल्याला काय पाहायला मिळतं? इन्स्टेड ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ दॅट रूट लाईक दिस, these are totally different. Now all of you know that how the structure of the carrot or the taproot is there. Okay, I will draw the diagram of the carrot and the turnip here. All of you know that the carrot structure is like the one end of the carrot is, you can observe it is the broad one and other end is the tapering. So this is the, suppose it is a diagram of the carrot, and the turnip we call it as a beet. If you observe turnip, it is somewhat the spherical structure you can observe, and this is the structure of the turnip. You can observe that these are the examples of the taproots. Okay, generally taproots structure, you know, it has main primary root and its lateral branches, that is secondary and tertiary roots together form the taproot. But here you cannot observe such a structure of this example carrot and turnip, because they get modified, because they store food in it, and that's why for storage modification these roots looks like it. And here you have to remember that carrot and turnip get swollen due to the storage of food. That's why their structure becomes swollen, and these are the examples of the taproot, but they modified for the storage of food. Second root is the adventitious root. In this adventitious root, we have seen the diagram that originally we have seen the diagram of the adventitious root. So if this is the roots of the adventitious, we have seen that on this adventitious root there are thread-like structures will be observed, and such diagram we have shown in our previous lecture for the adventitious root. But here we are going to study two examples. One is of the sweet potato. In Marathi we call it as a ratal, and the second one is called as asparagus. In Marathi we call it as a shatavari. Shatavari ही एक औषधी वनस्पती आहे. It is a medicinal plant, and the sweet potato is one of the edible vegetable, or we call it as a edible fruit. So this sweet potato and asparagus, these are the examples of the adventitious root. These are the examples of the adventitious root, but they do not show the structure like this. But you know the structure of the sweet potato, that this sweet potato also has the Solon structure. It do not has the definite shape, and you have seen that this is the sweet potato. Okay, so this sweet potato and the asparagus, which is one of the medicinal plant, these are the examples of the adventitious root. They do not follow the pattern of the adventitious root, but they also store food in it and become Solon, and they looks like this. So it is a modification of root for the storage of food. So for NEET point of view, question may be asked that for the storage of the food, give the examples of the root which gets modified. So you have to remember two examples of taproot, that are the carrot and the turnip, and the two examples of the adventitious root, those are the sweet potato and the asparagus. If you make the chart like this, then you can easily remember the examples of the roots which are modified for the storage of the food. Now we will see the second modification of the root, that is particularly for the support. So you have seen the banyan tree. तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी बनियान ट्री म्हणजेच वडाचं झाड बघितलेलं आहे. आपण काय पाहतो, वडाच्या झाडाला अशा पारंब्या पाहायला मिळतात आपल्याला, की ज्या पारंब्या आपण, मी जसं पहिल्या लेक्चरला तुम्हाला मी सांगितली यादीच्या, की त्या पारंब्याला आपण काय करू शकतो, झोका म्हणून वापर करू शकतो, किंवा अनेक लहान मुलं त्याचा झोका म्हणून वापर करतात. तर हे जे पारंब्या आहेत हे काय आहेत, तर दीज आर दी रूट्स, अँड द नेम ऑफ दॅट रूट आर कॉल्ड ॲज दी prop root. Name of that root is called as prop root. So the hanging structure on the banyan tree, the hanging structure on the banyan tree are called as the prop root, and the best example of the prop root are the banyan tree. There's an example आपल्याला काय सांगता येईल, banyan tree. Now all of you have seen the tree of the banyan, and you can observe that, suppose we can say that this is the banyan tree, these are the big branches of this banyan tree. Okay, and on these lateral branches of the banyan tree, again there are some structures which are hanging like this. So these are the structures which are hanging on this banyan tree, and these structures are labeled as the prop roots. These structures are labeled as the prop roots, and these prop roots are the modifications of the roots, particularly to give the additional support to that plant, because banyan tree is very big tree. Okay, it has proper root, underground roots are there for the banyan tree, but these underground roots are not sufficient to hold that banyan tree in the ground. म्हणजे ते जे रूट्स त्याचे ओरिजिनल अंडरग्राउंड आहेत ते त्या banyan tree ला प्रॉपर होल्ड करण्यासाठी जमिनीवर पुरेसे नाही आहेत. दे आर नॉट केपेबल ऑफ होल्डिंग दॅट banyan ट्री ऑन दी सॉइल, आणि त्यासाठी ॲडिशनल रूट्स तुम्हाला लॅटरल ब्रांचेस पासून पाहायला मिळतात. द नेम ऑफ दॅट रूट इज कॉल्ड ॲज प्रॉप रूट. दे अगेन ग्रोज डाउनवर्ड इनसाइड द सॉइल अँड गिव्स प्रॉपर सपोर्ट टू दॅट प्लांट. सो दे ॲक्ट्स लाईक द पिलर. पिलर म्हणजे खांबासारखं काम करतात, आणि त्यामुळे आपण कितीही जोरात त्याला ओढलं किंवा अनेक लोक एकत्र त्या पारंब्याला जरी खेळत बसले तरी त्या पारंब्या आपल्याला तुटलेल्या पाहायला मिळत नाहीत. इट डू नॉट ब्रेक डाऊन बिकॉज दे आर लाईक the pillar and they give additional support to the plant. कारण हे prop roots जमिनीमध्ये परत आत शिरतात आणि त्या झाडाला एक्स्ट्रा सपोर्ट देण्याचं काम, आधार देण्याचं काम करतात. So the function of the root which are particularly modified for giving the support to the plant, and that is the prop root. Example is of the banyan tree. Now another type of root is also there in some plant which also gives additional support to that plant, and those roots are called as a stilt root, and their examples are given in our NCERT book. One is the maize and other one is the sugarcane. So maize and sugarcane, these are the plant which also has the additional roots for giving the support to that plant. Now we have to know that from which part of this maize or sugarcane these roots develop, because in the banyan tree we have seen that on the lateral branches of the tree additional roots are there, that we call it as a stilt root, prop root. Okay, now we have to see from which part of this sugarcane and the maize the stilt root arise. So here we will see the figure of one plant, that is the maize. Like that sugarcane also produce this stilt root. So we have to see that from which part of this maize you can observe the stilt root. Okay, so see here, if we see, this is the diagram of the maize, this is the underground part, and you can observe that on this maize plant original roots, underground roots are there, no doubt, but to give additional support to that maize plant, because like the banyan tree these roots are not capable to hold that maize plant properly in the soil. That's why from the node part, so these are the node part. In our previous lecture we have seen that what is mean by node. Node means that part of the stem, on which leaves arise, it is called as a node. Okay, so these are the nodes part of the maize, and from the node part of the maize the additional roots are developed, and these grows obliquely inside the soil. असे तिरके तुम्हाला रूट्स तयार झालेले पाहायला मिळतात नोड पॉइंटला मेजच्या, आणि ते तुम्हाला पर सॉइल मध्ये आत इन्सर्ट झालेले पाहायला मिळतात. टू गिव्ह द सपोर्ट टू द प्लांट दे आर मॉडिफाइड अँड दोज आर कॉल्ड ॲज द स्टिल्ट रूट. सो हियर यू कॅन ऑब्झर्व दॅट these name of these roots are called as the stilt root. They develop where at the base of the stem. So this part is called as the base of the stem. This is called as the apex of the stem. त्यामुळे खालच्या लोअर स्टेमच्या बेसला काही नोड पासून आपल्याला हे रूट्स डेव्हलप झालेले पाहायला मिळतात, and those roots are called as the stilt root. Okay, those are called as the stilt root, and these roots again grow inside the soil and gives additional support to the plant. Okay, so this is the second example. Same thing or same structure you can observe in the second example, like the sugarcane, because you know that sugarcane is very large one, its height is very large, and such a sugarcane's root cannot hold that sugarcane properly inside the soil. So on the sugarcane plant also, from the base of the stem additional roots arise, those we call as a stilt root. They again grows inside the soil and gives proper support to that sugarcane plant. So second type of the example of the stilt root, and those are examples of the maize and the sugarcane. Now we'll discuss the last modification of the root, and that is called as the respiration. And for the respiration mechanism, the roots of the some plants get modified. Now we have to see the example in detail of this respiration. So that phenomenon is called as a pneumatophore, or that root is called as a pneumatophore, and the example is of the rhizophora. So here rhizophora, we can say that rhizophora is the example of this pneumatophore. Pneumatophore is the name of the root. See here, prop root, stilt root, pneumatophore, then adventitious root and the tap root. These are the examples of the root, and these are the names of the root, and then there are examples mentioned under that root. So pneumatophore is a type of root which is present particularly for the respiration mechanism. Now here we'll see how the Rhizopora plant shows pneumatophore roots. So here you can observe that, suppose this is the plant. The first thing here that we have to see that this pneumatophore root is present in swampy areas. Swampy area means ज्या ठिकाणी झाडांचे रूट्स किंवा झाडाचा पैकी बराचसा स्टेमचा पार्ट पाण्याखाली बुडलेला असतो. जे पाणी सलाईन वॉटर असतं, म्हणजे ते पाणी तुम्हाला सॉल्टी पाहायला मिळतं. सॉइलमध्ये सॉल्ट युक्त वॉटर असेल, सॉल्ट असणारं पाणी असेल तर त्याला काय म्हणलं तर सलाईन वॉटर. आणि अशा सलाईन वॉटरमध्ये जे प्लांट्स ग्रो होतात त्या एरियाला म्हणायचं स्वॅम्पी एरियाज. म्हणजे समुद्रकिनारी अलॉंग द सी शोअर there are some plants which are generally called as mangroves, आणि या प्लांटचे रूट्स किंवा प्लांटचा बराचसाच पार्ट तुम्हाला पाण्यामध्ये बुडलेला पाहायला मिळतो. खारट पाण्यामध्ये, सॉल्टी वॉटरमध्ये अशा एरियाला मिळायचं स्वॅम्पी एरियाज. अँड रायझोफोरा इज अ एक्झाम्पल विच यू कॅन ऑब्झर्व इन द स्वॅम्पी एरियाज. नाऊ व्हॉट हिअर यू कॅन ऑब्झर्व दॅट this Rhizopora is a plant, okay, whose lower part is under the water. It is called as waterlogged condition, and you can observe that as there is water inside or some part of this plant is below the water. So if the roots are always packed in water, they cannot get proper oxygen for their respiration. कारण सॉइलमध्ये जो ऑक्सिजन असतो तो ऑक्सिजन त्या प्लांटला प्रॉपरली मिळत नाही. कारण का तर त्याचे रूट्स तुम्हाला सतत पाण्याखाली बुडलेले पाहायला मिळतात. मग अशा ठिकाणी आपल्याला काय पाहायला मिळतं तर हिअर इन दिस केस ॲज द रूट्स आर ऑलवेज वॉटर लॉग, ते पाण्याखाली बुडलेले आहेत. दॅट्स वाय दे कॅनॉट गेट ऑक्सिजन प्रॉपर फ्रॉम द सॉइल फॉर देअर रेस्पिरेशन. दॅट्स वाय द ॲडिशनल roots will be developed there, and you can observe that around this plant above the ground you can observe the additional roots which are directed upwards. Okay, such a conical structure you can observe. If I enlarge one structure of it, you can observe such a structure will be observed, on which you can observe minute pores or minute holes. Those are called as the lenticel. Okay, and from this microscopic hole or lenticel the roots get oxygen for their respiration. And here you can observe that in our previous lecture we have seen that common characteristics of the roots, that is roots are positively geotropic, roots are positively hydrotropic, and they are negatively phototropic. But all these characteristics are not observed in this root because these roots are upwardly directed. They are in the form of conical structure. They have small microspores, or they are having small microscopic holes on it. That holes are called as the lenticel. Through this lenticel they get oxygen from the air for their respiration. And here these roots, as they are upwardly directed on the ground, they are not present below the ground. That's why they are negatively geotropic, negatively hydrotropic, but पॉझिटिव्हली फोटोट्रॉपिक. म्हणजे हे रूट्स तुम्हाला कसे पाहायला मिळतात सांगा बघू. दे डू नॉट ग्रो टुवर्ड्स द सॉइल, so negatively geotropic. They do not grow towards the water, so negatively hydrotropic, but they grows towards the light. Lightच्या दिशेने grow होतात. That's why they are called as positively phototropic. They are called as the positively phototropic. So here we can observe that such a conical structure developed, that is called as an additional root, only for the getting oxygen for respiration, and that's why such roots are called as pneumatophore roots. Those roots develop only in the plant whose roots are waterlogged, whose roots are always present in the water, in the saline water, in the swampy areas, and to get oxygen for the respiration, upwardly directed roots are developed, and those roots we have labeled the name as the pneumatophore. Now student, you have understood that what is the concept of the modification of root. Here again you have to remember the example, because in our previous chart we have seen the three types of root: tap root, fibrous root, adventitious root. Tap root, mustard example; fibrous root, wheat example; adventitious root, grass, monstera, and the banyan tree are the example. So you have to focus on the examples only, because these are always asked for our exam point of view. Now here, how to remember the examples from this modification of root? So first you have to make the chart like this. You have to make 3 columns, that is modification of root for storage of food, for support to the plant, and for the respiration. Then again for the storage of food you have to make 2 columns: tap root, adventitious root. Tap root example carrot and the turnip, adventitious root example sweet potato and the asparagus. Then in the second column support you have to make again 2 type of roots: prop root and the stilt root. Example of prop root is the banyan tree, and example of the stilt root is the maize and the sugar cane. Now in the third column, that is the respiration, again you have to make the one example, or you have to mention the name of the root, that is the pneumatophore, and example of it is the rhizophora, which generally grows in the swamp area. So here we have finished the second part of the root, that is called as the modification of the root. If the question is asked for the theory point of view for the 4 marks, that is explain the modification of root, then first if you draw the chart of the modification of root, then there is no need to write more descriptive form of it, because you have to write only this chart, and from this chart you can easily explain how the modification takes place for storage, for support, and for respiration. So here from the morphology of flowering plant we have completed one part, that is the modification of the root, or the root part is completed here. Now we will discuss the next part, that is called as the stem. So here after the root we will discuss the next part, and that is the stem. So here in the stem, or we can say that stem is different from the root by number of characteristics. So here we will discuss the next part of the morphology, and that is the stem. You can easily distinguish the stem from the root. How? Because everyone of you know that stem is a green part. When you observe the young stem, then you can see that it is a green one, and later on that stem become woody and the brownish one. On the stem you can observe leaves, flowers, fruits, as well as node and the internode. These structures you cannot observe in the root part of the plant. Stem, as it is green in color, it is mainly involved in the function that is called as the photosynthesis. So stem, as green in color, carry out the process of the photosynthesis. Now the next point is that stem part is having bud, because on the plant body you can observe the bud. And what is bud? Bud means small round structure is there, and these buds may be present at the terminal part of the plant, or they may be present at the axillary part of the plant. And same thing that you have to also discuss, or we have to also see the functions of the stem. So here we will discuss only the definition of the stem, that is this stem, as we have seen, the root is the descending part of the plant body, then stem is defined as it is the ascending part of the plant body. So stem is the ascending part of plant body. Okay, if we see the diagram of the stem, then what you can observe, this is the aerial part of the stem. On the stem you can observe different branches will be there. Okay, on these branches you can observe different leaves are there. Okay, so on these branches there will be leaves. We have seen that the part of the stem on which leaves arise, so it is called as the node part, and the distance between the two successive node is we call label as a internode. There will be observed the fruits, there will be observed the flowers. So from this diagram we can say that stem is a green in color in a younger part. When it is mature it becomes woody one and the brownish one. On the stem you can observe node, internode, different branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Now we'll see that what is meant by bud and where on the stem you can observe this bud. So again here for bud point of view we will draw the diagram of the stem. So if this is the stem, you can observe the bud at the terminal position. So this is called a terminal bud. This is the terminal bud. Or you may observe the axillary bud. What is meant by axillary bud? Suppose this is the leaves. In the axis of this leaves there is a bud that is called as the axillary bud. That is called as the axillary bud. So there are two types of bud generally found on the stem. When bud is present at the apex, it is called as a terminal bud, or when the bud is present in the axil of the leaves, it is called as the axillary bud. So student, here we have just seen the little information about the stem. That is, the stem is the ascending part of the plant body. Stem is having the node, internode, branches, leaves, flower, fruits. In the young plant, stem is green in color, that's why it performs the function of photosynthesis, but later on this stem becomes woody and become brownish one. Then in next lecture we will discuss in detail the whole these characteristics as well as the functions of the stem. Thank you.